Good morning and welcome to a sunny morning on the allotment. Thank goodness the sun is finally here. We've got good temperatures for the next 10 days forecast. So it's a very exciting day today because I'm going to be planting my chilies and peppers into my mini polytunnel. Okay, so I've had to put my sunglasses on because it's that sunny, which is actually a good thing. So I've got the mini polytunnel here, which I cleared out last week. And I've got 19 chilies and peppers that I took out of my greenhouse this morning, and they're all going to be going in this mini polytunnel. I cannot wait to get them planted. So I think what I'm going to do is just place them down in the mini polytunnel. I should have 2 varieties of each, but I've got 19 plants, so something's not adding up there. So I'm going to lay them all out, see what I've got, and then get them planted. So I've just placed them down and I'm just going to take you through what ones I've actually got and what I'm planting. So I've got all my peppers this side and all my chilies that side. So I'll just run with you which ones I've got. Okay, so this is Sweet Ingrid. So this is a sweet pepper. So I've got 2 of those. I've got 2 Sweet Aster. I've got 2 Black Knight here. I've got 2 Padron. And I've got 2 red peppers, which was saved seed, that I didn't label what I'd saved the seed. So I know they're red peppers and that's what I'd labelled them as, but I haven't got any more information than that. So we'll see what they are. Then I've got my chilies lined up on the other side. So chilies, I have got, right, okay, so I've got 2 Tabasco. I've got 2 Basket of Fire. I've got 2 red chilies, which again I didn't label, so they're just labelled as red chilies, so we'll see what comes out. And then right at the end I've got my 2 Hungarian hot wax, which I overwintered, which actually I did see a flower on one of them. So if you look at this one, there's actually a flower coming on that one, so that's really exciting. So I'm really excited to get those 2 planted. But actually on these red chilies, which I don't know which variety they are, they've got flowers coming as well. So I'm excited to get those planted. So it's the 29th of April today, and our last frost date I think is actually about the 13th of May. These have been in the greenhouse and they're going to be going into a polytunnel. We aren't forecast any frost now for the next 10 days, which nearly brings us up to that sort of time anyway. If we are forecast a frost, they're under the polytunnel anyway, but I can always come and give them some extra protection if it's forecast. I actually need to start getting stuff planted. My greenhouse is absolutely full. I can't start anything else. I can't put anything else on because it's full. It's absolutely full. So, and I don't want to get overwhelmed. So I'm trying to like get things out, get some more things potted on, get some more things out, get some more things potted on, and try and have a bit of a system rather than it all just going absolutely crazy and feeling like I'm losing control. So I'm going to get these planted now. So as you can see, the roots on the overwintered chilies, I've got a really good root system, so that should give them a nice head start. Okay, so all the chilies and peppers are now planted in the mini polytunnel. I'm super excited that they're all in. They all look so tiny in here. I'm really pleased it's done. Okay, so I've got a question of the day. What should I interplant these chilies and peppers with? It has all of a sudden got really windy, but it's really nice. The sun is so nice. Doesn't it make you feel better when the sun's shining? It's just like amazing. So I also need to do something that's going to be very hard to do actually. I need to cut the grapes off my grapevine. So last week Vince and I came up and we put all of this tubing in to support the grapevine, and also the tomatoes and cucumbers and things that are going to need to grow vertically. So there is 2 stems coming off the grapevine, and I'm going to have them both growing up this pole here, and then when they get to the top I'm going to have them split, and one go that way and one go the other way. So hopefully the whole top of the middle of the polytunnel will be covered in grapes in a couple of years. But right now I need to cut off the grapes that are growing on there to put all the energy into growing those 2 stems up. So everything that's coming off the sides and the grapes are going to have to be cut off. I'm going to have to do it. Okay, so I'm going to keep 1 main stem, 2 main stems, sorry. So I've got 1 this side and then I've got 1 that side. So let's work on this side first. So 1 here, I'm going to keep this 1 long main stem there, and I'm going to cut all these other ones off. Goodness. Poor grapevine. There we go, so then I've got 1 there, and then the next thing I need to do, cut off some of these bits. Go. And I need to cut off these grapes here. So as you can see, we've grown some lovely little grapes, but we don't want the energy going into those this year. We want the energy going into this here. Okay, so the other side, very similar. I'm going to take that bit off. I'm going to keep that one there to grow up, so I need to take this one off, which again, this one had a little set of grapes on it, and I need to take that one off at the back, and I need to take those grapes off. So those grapes have gone as well. So now I've got 2 stems ready to climb, and I need to tie those in, and then they should just climb up this pole. Sometimes you have to do things like that, like cut grapes off or cut things back or pinch things out, and it seems when you're doing it like it's the craziest thing, but actually it's really good for the plant. So hopefully this grapevine will be pleased that I've done that and given it a little haircut. So I've just seen as well, very exciting, my foxgloves are coming out now. So they were the ones right round the back by the shed and the pond, but I've also got here, if I just show you, next to where I planted my potatoes, I've got this row here and this row here, and they're ones I actually planted, I think it was the end of 2022. I split them. I don't know if anyone's watching that watched that video, but I started them off in my polytunnel and they just grew in clumps, and I split them and I just planted them here. They flowered last year and now they've come back. So I'm really looking forward to that, because that's going to be quite a show there. They're really big this year as well, so that's really good. Another thing I wanted to show you was my asparagus in the new asparagus bed that I planted recently. Those spears have started coming up as well, so that's really, really exciting as well. I feel like everything is starting to sort of come into life now, which is really nice. My first earlies are really starting to make a show here. My raspberries and my blueberries are all putting on loads of growth, so it is warming up a bit. The sun is out and I'm feeling very positive now about spring, because it was actually starting to get to the point where I didn't think we'd have a spring because it was so windy and so rainy and so cold. But thank you so much for watching today. I'm just going to get on and water those chilies and peppers in, water inside the polytunnel, and then I'm going to go and have a nice cup of tea in my garden. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.